Hey guys, what's up? It's Man on the Run. We're going to be watching a video with Destiny. It's a panel on Twitch where they debate different topics. This specific topic is on trans sports and things of that nature. I've watched the whole video. Chase has not watched the whole video. So we're going to be going through and talking about a couple of points. If everybody could, please like, subscribe, comment. It would really help us a lot with the algorithm. It's really hard when you're a small channel. So let's jump in.
Yeah, let's go.
The trans athlete is going to do a lot to like foster a lot of really bad will against like trans people in general. I think it's a really good turf argument for, well, look, these people just want to destroy women's spaces. Everybody else in the world can look and see that there is clearly a difference between physiologically men and women. You guys should know this on the left because you talk about rape culture all the time, and it's one of the big concerns that women has.
Go research the.
Well, you should know that you can be a trans woman with a penis.
The whole number
Women are equal.
rating?
They can do anything a man can do.
No, women aren't equal. Only trans women.
I think the trans athlete shit is going to do a lot to like foster a lot of really bad will against like trans people in general. I think it's a really good turf argument for, well, look, these people just want to destroy women's spaces. Because for the athletic arguments, it's kind of true. So I think in that sense, I think it's a pretty harmful thing. But
one argument that I hear a lot from the trans community is that we're like sort of encouraging or co-signing harm on their community, that we're actually like perpetuating harm that can result in like suicide, basically. That
I don't think it's so much that they can't understand it. I think it's that it might be harder to empathize with the lived experience, but I think at the end of the day, everything can be explained.
Right.
You can't understand what it's like to be anyone who's not fucking you. Anyone who's not you. That's
actually so ironic because they do claim to know. They always prescribe to know what it's like to not be them.
Yeah.
They always are like, we know what it's like to not be us. Like, we know what's going on for you, and you don't know what's going on for us.
Dr. K, hold on, Dr. K. Dr. K, go ahead, please. I want to hear what you have to say.
All right. There's not a single Democrat bill that is maliciously built with the intent to hurt trans people, right? Whereas in Florida, in Texas, in so many states, there's stuff meant explicitly to make the life and existence of being trans harder. This is not...
Sure, and that's bad.
This isn't hard.
But Destiny said it, and I'm going to rephrase it. It's exactly like Ukraine video that we did. War is bad. Bad people are bad. When bad people do bad things, we should say that they're bad and like try to stop them from doing those bad things.
You're not thinking about their feelings, though.
Chase, they're bad. Okay.
I hate women, okay? I'm an incel.
Here's the thing. You know it gets serious whenever I sit up and move the camera. That's how you know
Oh,
that
okay. That's when it's
things
serious now.
Yeah.
Right.
The agreement that they have, right, is like not a disagreement, but like somehow it is. I don't get it, right? Like I don't get how one perceives it as a disagreement and the other perceives it as an agreement.
He was saying this is going to ruin female sports, and his response was, well, actually, it's actually just to make trans people's lives harder. And it's like these two are completely different issues.
And what I don't understand is why somebody like the doctor brings up like a really like specific example. Well, there's like this governor and there's this bill and there's malicious intent on this side and not on the other side. All you've done is given me an example. And if let me take it at face value, let me have that good faith. Let me say that you bring up Abbott in Texas. I don't know anything about the bill. Let's say you've demonstrated malicious intent from a Republican. Great. A, no one's arguing that doesn't exist. B, there's always bad actors, and C, you have not proven that doesn't exist on the Democratic side. Like,
I mean, it's been a big fight of you're bad, no, you're bad for a while. I can't stand.
You know, why should we let Jesse Owens?
But sports aren't like sports aren't limited to.
Do you understand how deranged you guys sound when you do it?
There's not
Like, everybody else in the world can look and see that there is clearly a difference between physiologically men and women. You guys should know this on the left because you talk about rape culture in general all the time, and it's one of the big concerns that women has. But then as soon as like trans athletes come,
But it is.
I think it hurts your side when people jump to like labeling like transphobe and rape. Like we're so past like people on the left just using like racist, Nazi, fascist, transphobe, homophobic like for every single thing that I think it's better to just like take apart. Like when people say shitty or bad things, just address that.
You agree with that point, right? Like that's what you were trying to say at the beginning.
What's bad is bad.
What?
What's bad is bad.
Do you think that, like, when you address the arguments that a conservative has, that understanding the motivations for why they're making those arguments is ever important for doing that?
Yeah, but I don't think very few of you understand the motivation.
Since like conservative people are like typically like more religious or conservative people are more conservative, that like there's going to be these implicit like really negative biases that they have that in like act out in society. Now
it's the same for every group, every people's. It's the same. Everyone has their pros, their cons. They're assumed like black people steal, Jewish people hoard money, every Muslim beats his wife. Like, pick one.
all white people are racist.
There you go.
Is actually why it does seem that these liberals are making the argument that all conservatives are just basically hateful or whatever. Like, all conservatives are just so inept, so absolutely low IQ that they don't have the ability to check any biases that do exist, right? I don't know how anybody gets conned into believing the lie. For example, I'm going to say it right now. People are going to probably click off the video. Okay? Like, Donald Trump is not a white supremacist. He's just not.
It's the fact that, like, you know, again, same thing, like, you have to have all the same goals in the conversation, otherwise everything we've just said doesn't matter.
You're right. You have to be exactly with each other, like, every step of the way. Like, okay, so like you acknowledge that you're biased and I'm biased and we're checking both of our biases and we understand that like bad actors exist, but like we're not being bad actors and we're gonna have good
but
faith
they're just
and like
stuck
understand
on
when I
this.
say something.
They're just stuck on this.
I grew up poor and now I'm fat because of it.
Yeah,
All
no,
right,
there's nothing to be.
There's nothing to add there. What a dumb point. What a dumb point. I'm fat because I was poor. Okay.
What the fuck are you talking about? Hold
Like,
on,
that's what
wait.
you're fucking saying, dude.
No, that's
Except
what
all
we're
he
saying.
has
Hold on.
is women. Listen,
there
you guys are gonna spin it around to all this different
It's not
shit, but
a
at the end of the day, you don't want them to compete in sports.
Okay, and at the end of the day, you want to destroy
little
women's
boys.
sports. At the end of the day, you want to destroy women's sports.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Wow, look at that. Wow, great arguments. Nice job.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
well,
you're never gonna get
I know
enough
that
trans
there are women
people.
that
Hold
can
on.
compete with men, so you know whatever.
Are not women that compete with
You're the
men,
one
and
infantilizing women,
Hold on.
thinking they can't compete with men. So.
You're never.
You're just absolutely fucking retarded.
This is an hour and a half in a debate panel, and we're still stuck at like you're infantilizing women, saying they can't compete with a man. It's just so upsetting. It's just so upsetting. Like, what worthless discourse that we have to sit through to pull out like good shit out of. I don't think we should be like excluding trans people from sports in either way. Like, I don't think that's a good solution. Like, it might end up being the only solution if we're just being honest with ourselves. It might end up being that, but we haven't even been able to have the type of discussion we need to figure out what the possible solutions are.
Look,
So,
we can't understand your experience. You can't understand ours. You get your sports. We get our sports. What's wrong with that?
this panel, watch one Twitch panel, and you'll understand why our society is so dysfunctional. Watch one on any topic.
No one can stay focused on any part of it, like, at all.
They're all there to debate. Like, explicitly, it's a debate panel. That's what it's for, right? And I guess people think that they're good at debating if they're like stubborn assholes.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy. We will be back soon.